18 inches, double-edged, made by one man, for one purpose, for one moment that would change the history of an entire nation. This is not a story about a hero in the traditional sense. This is a story about a man who sat down, thought carefully, studied his enemy, identified the one weakness nobody else had seen, and built the solution himself. The Bible calls what he did deliverance. History would call it a perfect assassination. This is the story of Ehud, and God chose him specifically. Israel had done it again. The Bible says it plainly. The children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. And so God did what he had done before. He allowed an enemy to rise. His name was Eglon, king of Moab. He gathered the Ammonites and the Amalekites, formed a coalition of enemies, crossed the Jordan, and took the city of palms. And for 18 years, Israel served Eglon, king of Moab. 18 years of tribute, 18 years of submission, 18 years of a nation that was supposed to be God's people, bowing to a foreign king. And then, Israel cried out to God, and God raised up a deliverer. His name was Ehud, son of Gera, from the tribe of Benjamin. And the Bible gives us one specific detail about him immediately. He was left-handed. This is not a casual observation. This is not the Bible noting an irrelevant physical characteristic. This detail is the entire story. The tribe of Benjamin was specifically known for producing left-handed warriors. These were not men who simply happened to use their left hand. These were men who trained deliberately, who developed their left hand into a weapon, who understood that a left-handed fighter moves differently, attacks from angles that right-handed soldiers are not trained to defend against, creates problems that standard military training never prepared anyone to solve. A left-handed Benjaminite warrior was not at a disadvantage. He was specifically dangerous in ways that right-handed soldiers could not anticipate. And Ehud understood exactly how to use that. Ehud made himself a sword, double-edged, 18 inches long. The perfect length to conceal under a garment, long enough to be lethal, short enough to disappear completely. And he strapped it to his right thigh. This is the detail that changes everything. Every soldier in the ancient world who searched a man for weapons went to the left thigh, always, without exception. Because every right-handed warrior, which was almost every warrior alive, carried his sword on his left side for a right-handed draw. It was not a rule written anywhere. It was instinct. It was assumption. It was the thing that was always true. So nobody ever questioned it. Ehud was left-handed. His natural draw was from the right thigh, and he put the sword exactly there, in the one place that 18 years of assumption had made completely invisible. He was not hiding a weakness. He was hiding his greatest advantage, exactly where nobody would ever look for it. Ehud was appointed to bring Israel's tribute to Eglon, king of Moab. He walked into enemy territory, looking like every other Israelite, who had made this journey before him. Unremarkable, forgettable, just a man doing what conquered people do. He delivered the tribute. He sent away the servants who had traveled with him. And then, as he reached the stone idols near Gilgal, he turned back. He went back to Eglon, alone. He said,
I have a secret message for you from God.
Eglon, king of Moab, the man who had dominated Israel for 18 years, immediately commanded silence. He sent every servant out of the room. He was completely alone with Ehud in his private upper chamber, with the doors closed. In that single act of rising, in that moment of reverence toward the God of Israel, Eglon made the last decision of his life. Ehud reached across his body. His left hand drew the sword, and he drove it into Eglon's belly. The fat closed over the blade. The handle disappeared after it. He left it there. He walked out of the upper room. He locked the doors behind him. He passed through the entrance, and he walked away. Not running, walking, because a man with a plan does not run. Outside the locked doors, Eglon's servants waited. They assumed their king was attending to himself in the cool private chamber. So they waited. And they waited longer. And the waiting became awkward. And the awkwardness became concern. By the time they took the key, unlocked the doors, and found their king, Ehud was already long gone. He had passed the stone idols. He had reached Sirah. And the moment he arrived in the hill country of Ephraim, he blew a trumpet. He said,
"Follow me, for the Lord has delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hand."
Israel came down from the hills. They seized every crossing point on the Jordan River. They let no man through. And they struck down 10,000 Moabite soldiers. Every one of them strong. Every one of them a trained fighter. And not one escaped. 80 years. That is how long the land rested after Ehud. Ehud was not lucky. He was not desperate. He was not acting on impulse. He was precise. He studied his enemy. He identified the assumption that 18 years of power had made Eglon's court stop questioning. He built a tool specifically designed to exploit that assumption. He positioned himself in the one place where that tool would be completely invisible. And he executed the plan without hesitation. God did not look at Ehud's left hand and choose him in spite of it. God looked at Ehud's left hand and chose him exactly because of it. The left hand was not something God worked around. It was the reason Ehud was the right man for this moment. It was the advantage that made everything possible. It was the detail that everyone else in Israel had overlooked, and the exact detail God had been waiting to use. Never underestimate what God can do with what makes you different. Because the thing that looks ordinary to you may be the very thing God intends to use.